Okay, be sure, access, allow, yes, allow. No, I don't want that. Now, come on. Where do I go? Let's see, video is streaming live from New York. We are getting people. Oh, thank you. I thought I'd be here all alone because it's getting. Oh, Naima, you got a cut. Yes, I did. I don't know if I look more like a. An eraser on a pencil. Yeah, it's sort of fun. I'm just going for weird. That's, I think, the best I could do. You can't go for handsome or any of that kind of stuff at my age, so I just go for a year. Okay, preview say you're live. I know. No, I want to go live. Why don't I see? I don't see the chatting. Why don't I see the chatting? Come on. Where do I see the chatting? Oh, I guess I just didn't have it on. Oh, good afternoon, Auntie Val. By the way, remember that on my YouTube, on YouTube, not YouTube, on Facebook.com/ Free Money News. I live in North Carolina, so where do I get my first-time homebuyers program? They are grilling the hell out of Mark Zuckerberg right now. Yeah, I think he's teaching them more than he's getting grilled. I haven't seen it today, but that sort of looked like what was going on yesterday. First-time homebuyers program. I do a report. If you want to go, letsgo.com/tutor, and you'll see a report, a custom report for where you live in wherever you are in North Carolina, and I'll find you. I'll search all the programs there now and send you a report. It costs about $49.95, $50, and it's about 150 pages. You get about 100 programs that I'll show you locally. You want to do it yourself? Go to cflesco.com/Google Sucks. cf.lesco.com/Google Sucks, and that will show you how to start your own research on the subject, and actually any subject. New to the channel, 17,000 got my attention real quick. Yes, I want to talk about that, about how to get $70,000 for your project, because I just did some Let's Go Doc talk. And sometimes 15, 20, 30 minutes is not a long enough time, to help people. And somebody needed about $70,000 because they wanted to go in the business of helping people who need housing, so veterans, people with disabilities, and things like that, and so to help people in life. And there's a bunch of sources to go to, but I wanted to show that it's difficult. So I wanted to go through that a little bit, a little more in detail, the effort it will probably take to do that. And that's the most important thing. It's all about research and effort and all that kind of stuff. And what I give you to start with are just starting places. I want to go a little more in that. I want to cover some other stuff first. But North Carolina, first-time homebuyer program. Okay, so you go here. The Google Sucks one and do that. Also, I'm helping people with people who have disabilities or people taking care of people with disabilities. If you go Facebook.com, Free Money News, I put some stuff there about how people with disabilities could access the technology to help make their life better. Every state has that program, and a lot of states have great single sources of help and information for people who have disabilities. And remember, you're only looking for websites that are .gov or .com. I mean, not .gov, .com. I mean, not .gov or .org, O-R-G. Stay away from everything else until you really know what's going on. Oh, by the way, also on Facebook.com, Free Money News, I got a link there too. It says free research help, and it's called Aunt Bertha. Aunt Bertha, and it's a .com, but they're a nice organization. Talk to them personally, and they put up, they gather data sources for people in social services. So people that get paid to help other people when they're in trouble. So they're collecting a database, and it's almost like 211.org. So I want people to know about that. That's another source of help and information. Remember, anything you're going to do, Naima will attest to this, it just takes work. It takes research. I mean, you just can't have one bright idea and expect, oh, everybody's going to love this. And that usually doesn't happen. But again, that should not stop you. See, that's the biggest thing. I mean, you have an idea and it runs into a wall, you can't. It's like going out and say you're going to get a date tonight, and you go to 5 bars and everybody says no. Well, that still cannot stop you. I mean, if you let stuff like that stop you, then you'll be out of the game and you'll never live the life that you want to live in. You just have to ignore all the bad shit that's going to happen and dig in for the long haul, because that's the only option, and that's what it's going to take. If it's easy, if you believe hucksters like me, hello, I'm trying to start residential assisted living in Baltimore. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Because see, okay, let's take that. Trying to talk residential assistance building in Baltimore. You're fucked a dud right. Yeah. I don't know if you're a scammer or a troll or whatever. By the way, if you go on Facebook, I mean on YouTube, and the last week or two, I did a thing called Start Anything for. Start applying for $22,905 in cash from Trump's budget. So the highlight of the name of the video on YouTube, and it's been in the last week, start applying for $22,905 cash from the Trump's budget. Well, it's got a lot of views. I got so many trolls on this thing. People, I mean, just foul language. So if you're looking for new curse words to use, look there, because you probably get some cool ideas if you want to piss people off to get there. It's a lady on her name Nick, and her nickname on Instagram is my son's comment. She's a pyramid. Okay, didn't understand that. That's I don't understand a lot of things that are going on. But not understanding or whatever, it just can't stop you. It shouldn't. Particularly, you want to do something good, like the woman in Baltimore who wants to do that project to help people. The internet has no short supply of trolls. Absolutely, she runs a pyramid scheme on Instagram and on Periscope. Oh, I see. Yeah. Anybody who sucks at you, anybody promises you free money, just stay away if they're going to charge you money. I watched a young 17-year-old CEO of a tech company. He said you have to be like a GPS. You set your, I missed that. GPS. You set your destination, and if you go the wrong way, you just have to keep recalculating until you get there right. Remember, the first GPSs were that recalculating. That's good advice, Naima. Yeah, and that's these young people know what's going on. Yeah, and I think the bad part is too many hucksters, like me. Hey, this is so easy. It's gonna be all you have to do is make a call, and you get money in the mail. That's all you have to worry about. Don't worry, just give me money and you'll be all set. No, it doesn't work that way. It would be nice to have an electric-powered bus system to help low-income people save more money. Okay, yes. Now, if you want to do something like that, okay, you don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you what to do. I just know sources of possible money. You go to those kind of sources or any other sources you can dream up, and you start putting together that puzzle. It's a mosaic. It's one little piece at a time. And if anybody says that you need a lot of money to do that, okay, then they're not for you. She wants to give her $25 to get started, then $25 for information when there's no guarantee. Well, I mean, in a way, they're right. There is no guarantee. I can't guarantee you'll get money from these things. I just know millions and millions of people do it. And the important thing, I really just do your research. If you have trouble, you want to save time doing, find it. I don't find anything that's really secret. It's out there. I found it, so it must be out there. I just do this all the time, sort of like a plumber. I can fix a lot of stuff myself. I'm so glad I caught you this live this time. Oh, me too, Michelle. That's why I sort of try to do different times of days. Maybe I'll get different people. And that's why I'm like a plumber. I mean, there's some things I can do myself, some things I can't, because it's not worth buying all the tools for the one time that is going to happen to me. So life is like that. You have to know when to hold them, when to fold them, kind of things like that. But if something you want to do in life, it's not when to fold them, it's how to recalculate, as he was saying, this 17-year-old. That's what the thing is, because say like, okay, housing. Okay, the lady in Baltimore, I want to do this for housing. Okay, now I could show you 150 programs in Baltimore, and if you email me, I'll do the research for you and send them out to you to get money to buy houses that you could use for that. Okay, so you got to get a house. Now, most of those programs you have to live in them. Some of them you don't. They're just for inventors. And now investors. Now, if they're investors program, you may have to come to the table with some other money. Okay, how do you do that? Okay. To put in your own. There's some ways. You put on a mask, go to 7-Eleven, you have relatives, you use crowdfunding. This is another way to do it. And crowdfunding, that's a good way to get extra money to do that, because there's so many real estate sites now. Hey, from Memphis. Hi, Samuel Hall. Richard, trolls feed on attention. Yeah, I know. That's what. But I try to be a smart ass, but I'm not as good as they are. But every time I give my smart ass remarks, I haven't gotten anything back. So I gotta give up being just a smart ass back. I sort of like being a smart ass, but a nice smart ass. Like I told them, some of the trolls, I said, yeah, you're right, I'm an asshole and could be obnoxious, So I just give them that. I give them that. Why argue that? I give them that one. And then I say, but did you see the link I have there that shows you all the sites that I got all this data from? If you want to understand where this stuff is, go to that link I have there in the email or in the video. We should stop looking for guarantees from others. And the only one we can't guarantee is you, that you get where you want to go in life as you. Right. But it's easy to blame other people for your life, right? Oh, my life is shitty. It must be all the other people. I mean, in a way it is, but your job is you have two things to do that. Change the system. Okay, now that's a possibility. I live with people who like doing that. Or maybe you want to change just parts of the system. With those question marks here, I missed that. So you change the system or understand the system so you could use it. I mean, that's what I like, because I feel I'm a cockroach. I'll be here forever. And using the system. So how can you get it? And then another vision is you use the system so you could survive and then start changing it, because it should. And also you change the system by example. I think that's the best way to affect change in life. Like kids, if you're sitting around, eating hamburgers and milkshakes all day and telling your kid to exercise, that's not going to work, You got to be exercising, People learn best by example. What's your email, assistant living lady? Oh, you're the assistant thing. Let's Go Free Radio. Let's Go Free Radio. Is it on here? Why is it? Yeah, here it is. Let's Go Free Radio. Okay, that's my email. Let's Go Free Radio @gmail.com. Okay, if you don't hear from me in a day or two, just hit me again, because I'm an old fart. I've been forgetting so many things. So it's you don't feel that you're annoying me. Just say you're reminding me. So a day or two, just beat on this old fart again to make sure, because if I can help you very easily and point you or whatever. And by the way, this free download is a good place to start. cf.lesco.com/Google sucks. Google sucks. And I've been looking more into Facebook ads recently, and trying to get smart on it and work with some people, but more so just listening to videos on YouTube like Naima does. And boy, there is data you can find. Who wipes their their butt with their left hand, and that's in there. If you're looking for people like that, yeah, they're categorized. You can find anybody, and for very little money, and it costs little money. I mean, I used to be a big advertiser on TV commercials. Cost tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. This costs almost nothing, to test. But just don't throw money at it. You can throw money as long as it's small, and that's the important thing, and don't get sucked up into stuff. You make it look easy. No, it's not easy. It only looks easy if you're having fun. It's hard. Shit, I gotta get up every day and work my ass off trying to find the right stuff, It's not, but it's fun. And truthfully, to me, is easy is boring. Now just think, that's my favorite example is when you want to play basketball against a 5-year-old. You'll win, right? That's easy. That's boring. You're not growing. Life is interesting when you're growing, when you're exploring, when you're getting beat up and come back, when you ask 5 people and they said no, you ask 5 more and they said no. Can you hold the paper closer? Oh, that's what she said. Yeah, is that good? Yeah, I'm going to take a clip of that. I'll put it on still at a few other places. Okay, that's there. Here's a still here. Okay, here's a still here. Okay, and people on, I'm on 2 channels on Facebook actually. One is Matthew Lesko, and the other one is Facebook at Lesko Free Radio. So either of those is good. Heather, turn the paper towards Facebook Live camera. Okay, yes, here we go, favorite. What email again? We have a 501c3 and I want to purchase some historic brick buildings to renovate and create affordable housing, but not a bunch of cash layout around. Okay, Heather, okay, there's a bunch of ways to do that. To start, if you go to Let's Go Tutor, you'll see I have the 10 best places for nonprofits to get money. Okay, and I could show you 500, but these are the best 10 to start with. And I think this is a good way to focus. If you're already a 501c3, this would probably be the best thing I recommend, to do that. Let me go over to this one, and they see this one here, and the free download. Don't forget Google sucks. That's a free download. And anything for business, for debt, for housing, for just living expenses, all that kind of stuff is there. By the way, there's an article today. If you Google Washington Post and you put, when is it normally acceptable to duck your debt? Okay, how to duck your debt. Okay, Google this on the Washington Post. Put Washington Post, when is it normally acceptable to duck your debt? Okay, and she has a great, I've been following her for years. She's sort of like the consumer money person at the Washington Post. And she researches well, but the article is great because it shows you how, if you have a debt out there, see what happens is the people who have your debt try to get it from you. Okay, they're working on it for years, they never get it. And so what do? They sell that debt. And this explains the whole thing explains in the article. They'll sell it to like 4 cents on the dollar. So if you owe them $1, they're getting 4 cents. And they'll give it to this collection agency to harass you, to get the money. Because everything they get above 4 cents from you, they're making a profit, right? So they have nowhere to go but up. So they got all these names of debt. They'll beg, borrow, steal, or lie, or cheat, or whatever to get you to pay some of this. And the biggest point about this article is they usually don't have the verification. So many times these people are calling you, trying to collect money on your debt, and they don't have the verification because it went to 3 different debt collectors, and all they have is your social security number, the amount of debt you owe, and everything. But by law, they have to have the actual thing you signed. Nobody has that anymore. This is what happened in the mortgage crisis. People been taken to banks, and didn't know their mortgage because these people taken to the bank didn't have the original documents. I guess that's what hacking's all about, or whatever. But here's a company. Okay, now she's saying there, often there are no key files such as billing statements or a contract from the original creditor with consumer's signature. It's highly probable if your debt has been sold and resold that the last man standing doesn't have adequate documentation that the debt is actually yours. So in court, they're screwed. But you don't know, and so they say they're going to take the court, and you're worried that your life is ruined and all that kind of stuff. No, don't worry. They're probably screwed and wasting a shitload of money. Actually, there's who's the guy on late night TV? He used to impersonate me on The Daily Show. He used to act like me. The British guy who now has his own. Oh, John Oliver, thank you. So John Oliver has a show. And by the way, if you look at his old segments on there, he used to dress up like me in the question mark suit and act like me or whatever. Hi, Gabe's here, great. But he bought like $60,000 worth of bad debt from people and just burned the paper. He said, you don't owe this money. And there's hundreds of thousands of people, I forgot how many, tens of thousands or whatever. And he got it all, like millions of dollars worth of debt for $60,000. He's a fat cat, or HBO's a fat cat, and they bought it and did that. So that's why, and you get condescended. So you think that these people are honest like you are, because we assume everyone's like us, but they ain't. Scott Young, hey, he's awake out there. How's the poo doing? Hold still, he says. Okay, but here's what they're saying. Here's what you do when they call. Let's see. Debt buyers have sued the wrong people. See, debt people have your debt, even sue the wrong people. They've sued debtors. They sued for the wrong amounts. They sued to collect debts that have already been paid. They're screwed up. These people are just trying to make money and faking it and hoping you'll pay. Okay, here's what I tell people to do when contacted by a debt collection agency or a debt buyer. See, the people who buy the debt are the people now, they think they could get money from. Okay, ask for verification. Always ask for verification. You want to send verification of the debt, the papers you signed, whatever. Okay, now here's the next thing. Do not promise to pay anything or agree to settle the debt until you get that proof. So you don't do anything, until you get the proof that this debt, and not just their word, or a letter from them. No, you need the original documents, the proof of that you owe this money. Okay, now legally, see, this is your legal ground to stand down without paying $200 an hour for a lawyer. Okay, now check to see whether the statute of limitations has expired. What does that mean? Is it something to do with the Statute of Liberty? No, this is the Statute of Limitations. What you do, go to bankrate.com. Bankrate.com and search for Statute of Limitations on Debt by State. Statute of Limitations on Debt by State. Okay, that's at bankrate.com. If you agree to make a payment, you could be restarting the clock to collect. See? So that's why you don't want to agree to anything, because the statute of limitation may be over. You don't know. And you can't trust what they're telling you, right? So you do that, you can find that. You go to bankrate.com, statute of limitations on debts by state. Okay, just because a company can't sue you doesn't mean you don't still owe the money. Okay, if the debt is legit, offer to settle. If you can make a lump sum cash offer, you'll probably be able to get a pretty good settlement. Yes, because they have 4 cents on the dollar. So if you give them 25% of the money, man, they're making a windfall. Right? You probably get a pretty good settlement. Ask for the agreement in writing and keep a copy of the paid off notice forever, because other people are selling your name. Remember to hold the debt records old debt records are often sold and resold. There's nothing morally wrong with trying to settle for far less than you actually owe, especially knowing a debt buyer paid pennies on the dollar. Debt collectors should treat you decently, but don't get cocky about your right to duck your debt, because the law is on your side. If you borrowed the money, you're the one who broke your word, even if it was for a good reason. Okay, so that's it. Learning the system. Remember, you're just a digit. You're just a click on the mouse, in these organizations. It's not you borrowed money from your grandmother and she's going to shame you at church on Sunday. No, these are just people looking to make a buck from you. I sent a request to be on your live. Sent a request. I think this is Instagram. Baby Kong 84 sent a request to be in your live video. Oh, I remember. Yeah, I don't do any live videos anymore. Yeah, I mean, I do it here. You might come over to the house and be on camera with me, but that won't work, would it? No, I don't do. Yeah, I remember that now, baby. Here, but my email. Okay, here. Let's Go Free Radio. If I could help you in some way, Let's Go Free Radio at gmail.com. Do that guy. Okay. That's important. And here's another thing I found in the paper. This is today's paper. I got so many. My wife thinks I'm a hoarder. I cut out things from the newspaper all the time and saving them, because it's still, even it's old school. You should have an application. Oh, pre-vet. An application to what? I'm not sure what you meant. The person said I should have an application. I have 326 applications here at letsgo.com/one-stop. That's where you get 327 applications for just your state. Okay. Now here's an interesting headline. Trump is going to consider work requirements for people who get government money. Okay, now in theory, I guess there's something in that. We don't want people taking advantage of money programs that the rest of us are paying for, and they don't really need them. Okay, what is really need? And that's the issue, I think. So if they're going to start people, because you're working, I mean, half the people on food stamps, which is very low income. I mean, it's something like, a family of four, I think, is like $25,000 for a family of four, and said, and half of those people are working. That they still need food. I mean, we have a food. What do you call it? People who need food, poverty, so that people can't afford food. People are going hungry in this country. Tens of millions of people a year and day. So if you're working now and you still need food and can't afford it, well, that's, I guess, I don't know the details of this or what they're saying. They want to make everybody who's working not get subsidies or help or something like that. And, I mean, I could see the logic in it, but it's sometimes why it's hypocritical in a way, because we give so much money to the rich and we don't make them, we don't give it to them because, we stop giving it to them because they're rich. Why do we pick on the poor? So that's why, to me, it's a way to piss off people, as if you're not fair, I think. And boy, I think that's more. I mean, you're allowed to be an asshole and everything in this country. That's why I like it. People like me were weird. Yeah, it could fit in. You're allowed to be whatever you want, but you have to be treated fairly like everybody else, no matter who you are. So why do we treating poor people? We say, no, if you're working, you can't get government money. But if you're rich, we'll give you more money. I mean, we just gave $1.5 trillion to millionaires in this tax. You and I are paying for that money to go to millionaires in this tax benefit we just gave. And maybe some of them are not working because they're a millionaire. They don't want to. But even those that are working, they're still getting the money and they still don't need it. So that's, I think, if it was fair, if it sounded fair, you're treating everybody, hey, like a kid in a household. Oh, Johnny's doing it. Why can't I do it? Muchos saludos a todos. Much salutes, a total, a lot of something. Very much. Not sure I understand the Melissa, what does that translate that? Muchos salutes, hellos, the world. Todos, it means a lot, right? Muchos is a lot. Your live stream is a highlight of my day. Well, wonderful. Well, I hope you could use my material to do things in life that make that every day the highlight of your day. That you're going out and doing something that you want to do, because the world needs you going out there and doing this. We need people out there doing things that they think they should do in life. And not what other people are telling you what to do in life. Not what other people are saying, this is the way to get in life. They don't fucking know. They're guessing too. And you'll get more out of life by following your heart. You're filing here. I love big ... What's ... You're going to have to educate this old fart. I don't know what a lot of these things mean. Thank God. Well, it's nice of you to say. I appreciate, because this is what I'm going to do till I die. And that's why, to me, what I hope my work does is help other people find what they want to do as hard as they possibly can every day of their fucking working life until they die. What's better than to keep giving till forever? Don't sit on the beach. Go sit on the beach. You want to get, we all need regenerating time and stuff like that. But what you really want to do is give. Give your talent. What talent you have. You can give the rest of us. Figure out how to make money out of giving that talent. And now there's so many ways to do that, more than ever before. Whether it's helping other people, the services. I mean, now services, there's so many people. We're outsourcing our whole life. So you could go around, and I'll tell you what, you could be an Uber shoe shine people, okay? Now people leave their shoes out the front porch, and you come around in the morning and you have an expensive service. For $10, I shine your shoes. What the hell? You could probably do 20 in an hour, and that's $200 an hour. So that's a shoe shine business. And rich people will pay for anything, so they don't have to do a fucking thing. So when you're looking to make money or something, go to the rich. They'll pay for almost anything. You and I wouldn't even think of that. But go there. So that's why. And what do you need there? No, you need. That's what's needed for social media. Matthew, I want to interview you. Do you have touch with your people? Yeah, my people will talk to your people. My people are right here. Let's go freemoney@gmail.com. And my people is me. And so if I don't answer you in 2 days, hit me again, because I screwed up, lost it, or whatever. I'm doing research every day. That's what I do most of my life. Right now, I just finished Hawaii. I found 327 programs in Hawaii. Oh man, it's neat. So now you can get that report, go to Hawaii, and find out how to get extra money while you're living on the beach and learning how to surf in Hawaii. And that's what it is. I'm doing almost for every state now. It's, I think, the best work I've done. Albert, how are you? I want to interview you. Yes, okay, Albert, happy to. Anytime I could share with somebody else or whatever, I love doing it. Say again, I missed it. I had a distraction. That's okay. I had a distraction too. Matthew Lesko app on Google Play. There is? I didn't know there was. Oh yeah, somebody did one. I don't know how good. Lesko is on vacation. Yay, hey, I'm on vacation. No, hey, I'm on vacation. What is it again? What's the I'm on vacation every day. Hey, I'm on vacation. Oh, because I love my occupation. Hey, I'm on vacation every day because I love my occupation. Yeah, if you Google that on YouTube, you'll see the rock star. It's a cute little video too. They have with that thing, and it's fun. So when you're looking for things, and like here's the other thing, and here for the housing in Baltimore, I mean. Now, don't forget, there's a lot of ways to do this. You're looking for a house, okay? That's good, okay. Now, I'm going to show you the 10 best places to get grants to buy that property, okay? And as a nonprofit or a profit or whatever. Now, but there's other ways to do that. Okay, if you're housing people, look for, see, there's so many ways now. People are living by getting money from the government. Are you working and a PA, can you really get a used free car? Working, Yeah, the answer to everything is maybe. I put together a listing of all the sources that do that, okay? And that's what it's for. It's for people to get to work. And actually there's a Pennsylvania, and I think Pennsylvania has a state program, but they're still nonprofits. New Jersey has a program even to pay auto insurance because they know how important that is, that people have to have cars to get to work. So, okay, back to the housing. If you have, okay, so you're looking for money to buy a house. Okay, you can't. Okay, but you still want to get into housing. Okay, now there's agencies like Veterans Administration, people with disabilities. What they do is give money for you to house those people. Now it takes management and things like that, so you have to have extra besides the house there. And so that's why, so it's income. It's sort of like if you set up a college, okay? So if you set up a college and you want to get paid and the student doesn't have money, you tell the student to go to the government and get a loan and give you money, okay? Well, here, if it's housing, you tell them to go to the government and get a grant to give you, and you'll house them, okay? So that's another way. So just think if you found out how to get those contracts too. So if all of a sudden you could say, yeah, I have 10 people, that the government will give me and pay me $500 a month each, for 10 people. So that's $5,000 a month. So you can even rent a place for $2,000. Now you're making, $8,000 for all the overhead to manage the people, help the people, or whatever it is. So that's what I mean. See, there's other ways to do things by just thinking you need a big clump of money to buy this thing because you think you need that thing, to start. I mean, that's one way of doing it. But when that doesn't work, then you have to be creative. What are you going to do in another way to do this, okay? And then another way to do it is how to get customers ahead of time and get that, you should be in every people's We need more people like you who support and give people energy they want. I guess that's good. Can you show up your sign again? I certainly can. But, so that's right. And that's how other people see the thing is we have this one way we think we have to do. We need a bunch of money to do something. Okay, you go and try to do that. Okay, what happens if that doesn't work? Okay, then you have to be creative. How do you be creative? I don't know. You just stumble and try and try shit as much as you can and just make sure you're not spending money doing it, because if somebody convinces you need money to do it, then before you find out what you really have to do, you'll be out. You'll be SOL, shit out of luck, and you can't do that. But there's other ways. So crowdfunding is another way, whatever. And so that's another way to do it. And that costs nothing. You work with an existing nonprofit, okay? You want to house people, okay? So now, who else would maybe be, why not get a local Starbucks to adopt you? And you're going to raise money. You want to raise, $20,000 on a crowdfunding campaign. So you will have the local Starbucks, shelter or community housing for people. So you get them involved, but it won't cost them any money. But they'll give you $20,000. You know how they're going to do that? They'll do that with a crowdfunding campaign, because they have the thing about doing crowdfunding campaign is that you have to have a list. You and I don't have that big list. A big corporation like that has a shitload of lists, okay? So they say, let's do a crowdfunding campaign together. It really means you want to use their list. So they go out and you raise the money, and so you maybe get nothing. Who cares? You learn. And maybe something else. And what happens if you're out doing stuff like that? Now you're doing something in the community. Now the community knows you want to help people doing this. Stuff will come out of the woodwork that you never even know or thought about asking. So it comes out. You don't know what to ask for. You're sitting there with only one thing in your mind. I just need this big money to do things. No, there's probably 100 ways to do that, but you don't know them yet. So you do all the stupid things that maybe bring stuff out that you didn't know to ask. I keep reliving that the only thing that's important that is not to stop doing anything. If you stop doing anything, shit's gonna happen. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And anything most things you're going to do is not going to work anyway, so it doesn't matter. See, what you do, because most of it's not going to work anyway. But you have to do something, so you keep doing something until you get lucky and stumble into something completely by accident. Now you look like a genius. That's why people say, "Oh, Lesko, you've been so successful." No, I've done 100 books and only 10 made money. Is that a genius? No, I'd be doing 90%. You think I'd be 90% right? No, I'm only 10% right. So that's why the key is just doing stuff, man. No matter, and not spending money doing it, because you start spending money doing it, you're out of the ball game. You know, and then you can't do anything. There's too many things to do in life. There's too many problems to solve. Too many ways to have fun, and that's where I think the energy comes from. Do you have anything for free healthcare? Yes, in the One Stop, all this for where you live. What I do is in here, all the places for free healthcare. And also not only, and free dental care, and free pet healthcare too, I put in there. Also, how to fight your healthcare bills. Healthcare now is still the biggest reason people are going into debt and what do you call it? Foreclosure, or don't pay this asshole on this site. Oh, there they are again. It's illegal and he is being reported to the feds. That's very nice of you. No, bankruptcy. The biggest reason for bankruptcy is healthcare bills. So that's why I have here in the One Stop is the sources that will help you fight those healthcare bills and try to get rid of them. Anything in VA for helping unemployed father cover child support costs temporarily. Need help? Yes, maybe. You know, the answer to everything is definitely a maybe. And what you want to do, if you need call your county, whatever county you're in, go to the community development office in your county, okay? Contact them right away. Tell them you need some, they have emergency money. Every county does, and they give it to nonprofits, so somewhere else in your nonprofits. Oh, I sort of did that, Auntie Val. It's really what you have to do. You know, so if you need $70,000 for this, it's how to think about differently. I've been putting that into the discussion. I'm sorry, I'm not as as what do you call it, PowerPoint, as people would like. Okay, so you go to your county Department of Health, County Department of Office of Community Development. You go to 211. Okay, for your county there, and start there. Okay, now there's a whole bunch of other places too that have other sources, not only for pay child support, but will pay for other things for you. So you free up money for child support. But don't run about it. Don't run out on it. And here, I have all that stuff in here, lesko.com/one-stop. They're the kinds of things I put in there for emergency money, paying bills, all that kind of stuff. Okay, I talked to a young man who said he was going to throw in the towel. It was difficult to get clients for his IT business. So when I was going to take a regular job instead, what do you say to those guys? Well, if you're really frustrated, take the job and then get angry after 3 months in the job. You want to quit again and start your own. It is, take anything. Go start driving Uber. Go start delivering pizza. Go start doing anything else to keep mind and body together while you figure out the IT business, how to get clients. Obviously, IT business, not like you're selling buggy whips. Nobody's buying that stuff anyway. You got to learn how to sell it. How do you do? Okay, how do you do that? One free place. Don't spend any money doing that. Go to meetups. If you go to meetups.org and find IT professionals or anything like that. Start signing up your services on every available website, whether it's guru.com or Clarify as an expert that you can help. People have that. Start a niche. Okay, I have an IT expert. Nobody has an IT problem. People have printer problems. People have certain kind of problems. Say, you do IT for homeowners, IT for soccer clubs, or whatever. So people know, what that you could, help with a certain kind of problem, not an anything problem. What name colleges for people with learning disabilities? Well, there are a lot of colleges that do specialize in that. I don't have them off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's lists, that you could find to do that. Prevent, did you get enough on that to tell them? I mean, the important thing is, if he needs money, there's too many ways in the gig economy to make money while you're learning how to do your art, okay? And if you go to lesco.com/tutor, I have a downloaded ebook, $20, that shows you 140 ways to make money in the gig economy. Quick, easy money with no requirements. Like now, there's an article about the food industry. They're hurting for people in the food industry. Well, there's an app. You could go and they call it, I forget, something like shift. So if you want to fill a shift, just a shift, like tonight, I can work 4 hours tonight. Okay, and that's it. That's the only relationship. You say yes to that, and you don't have to talk to them again, and you don't have to go back the next day or anything. You just fill in for shifts, so you make extra money, and they got the people covered. See, that's what these apps are about. My son, who's an IT guy, he needs extra money. He turns on his app and goes out and drives for Uber Eats in a half a day or day. He'll make $50 to $100, and that's extra cash, that he needs, while he's doing his other stuff. So that's the way to do things like that, I think, and now that's easier than ever. You've got more. Before, when you had to do those kinds of jobs, delivery jobs, the pizza guy wanted you there every day at 5 o'clock, and you were fired if you didn't show up. So it's important with the gig economy that helps people. Okay, guys, I'm running out of steam. I got to do research. I got a housing report for Oregon that I have to finish. I got a money report once starting a business in New Mexico, how to start a business in New Mexico. And I have a couple of one-stops. I'm almost finished with every state, but I still have, by the way, I got noticed, somebody noticed I have a lot of typos in some of my stuff. I'm a one-man band mostly, so I do most of this myself. I'm trying to do it all as possible. If you don't like what I do and you think you're ripped off, I'll give you the money back. Don't worry about it. And if you think I screwed you, I'd be happy to do that. But I'm certainly not, say the sites again. What sites? Privet. Here are the sites. Privet. What sites? What sites you mean? What sites? Where do you go? What do you say? And what do you ask for? We're applying for $78,000. Okay, it depends on what you're looking for. There's no one place. I mean, there's 17,000 places, and that's what I organize. But I'm talking about, see, if that doesn't work even, what do you do? Now the start, okay, I have two places to start. Okay, if you go to lesco.com tutor, I have a $20 report for businesses, any kind of entrepreneuring. This is the best place to start for money to start your business. Then I have another one for nonprofits. So if you're a nonprofit, and that's where you go. So that's at lesco.com/tutor. If you want to talk, $1 a minute, and usually in 20-30 minutes, I could get you going and point you to the best places to start. But what I'm really trying to get around to is, even if you don't get that $70,000, because you have to learn the system. Everything is about going out there and not deciding what you need to do something, is going out and learning what's out there and learning how you could use it to do what you want to do. See? Now, to me, when you're still saying, where do I get $70,000? Okay, that's trying to find out what's out there for you to do something you want to do. But I think you have to approach it differently. You have to go out there and find out what's out there that will help you do what you want to do. Like for the $70,000, okay, I could show you 100 places to apply for grants. Okay, if that doesn't work, well, for dozens of reasons, it may or may not work. So that's why I'm saying, hey, well, there are organizations that give people money, grant money, to pay for that housing. So if you had 10 people getting that grant money, you're golden. You don't need that money. You don't need the 70 grand because they're giving you, $7,000 a month, and that's what you need. See, that's what I'm talking about. You have to be creative on how you solve problems. You can't just say, I need X dollars to solve a problem. Everyone does. that's not a way to really solve problems in this society. It may be if you have a lot of money, and it's a fine place to start. But what do you do when that doesn't work? I did 100 books thinking every one was going to be a New York Times bestseller. I only had 10 of them that made any money at all. So that's what you have to prepare yourself for. You prepare yourself for being resilient, not for being successful. Matthew, will you be in this week and we'll get to interview with you. Great, okay. Albert, love to. Private, you said meetup.org. Yes, that's it, meetup.org. Actually, I think it's .com, but you'll see it there. You put in your zip code, the more sites for the IP. Yeah, that's it. Okay, the other thing is that report I have on letsgo.com/tutor. It's 140 ways to make extra money on the internet. All of them do not cost anything. Everything I show you, Prevet, does not cost anything to try. If you get money from the site, then you give them 5, 10, 15% at the most. But that's what, so 140 websites to earn extra money while you're trying to figure out how to get customers. And if you watch the whole enchilada, this is 327 places to get extra money while you're doing whatever you want to do, okay? Matthew, hey, just saw your new live stream right now and decided to watch as much as I can while I'm driving to work. Nice. Hey, I don't know if this is wise. We're really looking to bring business to our rural community, out in California. Yeah, Charles, this will be out. I'm going to go off in a few seconds, but you can watch it again, and I come on a couple times a week live. I don't know when, because I'm mostly doing research for custom research for clients is what I do, but I love the feedback like this. You mentioned some freelance site. Yes, guru.com, upwork.com, freelance.com, and if you Google sites like Upwork, and somebody's compiled that, and you'll see those. And they're in that 140 list too, those kind of sites. Okay, doctors. Okay, well, thanks for putting up with me. I'll see you soon. Yeah, I don't know when I do it, Charles. I'm just sort of, like I say, I'm a one-man band. So sign up. Actually, if you sign up on YouTube, then you'll be notified at least when it goes on, and if you're available. And if you're not, then you come back later and see. By Jove, he's got it. Oh, you bet. Thank you for being there, guys. Michael and Privet, everybody. Naima, take care.